Over the June bank holiday weekend in 2011, people will have noticed that BBC HD and BBC One HD went missing off their HD receivers, okay? And the reason for this is, normally when this happens, it's because, we'll say, people's first reaction often is, oh my goodness, there's something wrong with my box or my dish. But in this case here, it's just, it normally occurs when there's a frequency change, and in this case it's rather unusual because it was actually just a symbol rate change. Now, why BBC this, I'm not quite sure, but the frequency and the polarization stay the same. Normally on satellite receivers, the symbol rate used is always either 22,000 or 27,500, but BBC have now decided to broadcast their HD channels on 23,000, okay? So I'm just quickly going to demonstrate here on a box where they've gone missing how to tune them back in, okay? So while we come along here is we're just looking at BBC, and we flick onto BBC HD, and what do we see? Blank. This wouldn't cheer anybody up. So it's relatively easy to do it. Now it'll be slightly different in terms of the menus and different boxes, but it's pretty simple to do this, okay? What we're going to do here is we're simply going to press the menu button here. So just press the menu button. And I'll come over here to channel search. We'll come down as far as satellite setup. And what we need to do here is we need to actually go in to the transponder list. So we can see transponders, we just hit the go to button. So we go in here, and because we'll say we're on that particular channel, the blank one, we can see that the current frequency being used is 10847 vertical and 22,000, okay? So what we want to do is we want to either edit or add on a new transponder. So I'm going to press the red button here, and it asks me to add this in. So I know the frequency is the same, the symbol rate should be put to 23,000, and then the polarization is the same. But this is an interesting thing now about the symbol rate being changed, okay? So we can see that this transponder is definitely different than the old one because the symbol rate is different, okay? But if I come along here to save this and press the OK button, it'll tell me, confirm this transponder existed, okay? So what it's actually saying is, it's not seeing the symbol rate as being different. Now in some boxes it will, on this particular one it won't, and this is why we've picked this box. So what we'll do here is we'll simply just exit there. And we'll come back up here, and what we'll do is, we'll actually just change the last digit of the frequency from 47 to 46. So this is sufficient for it to be able to find the HD channels, but for the setup to actually see it as a different box. And we know this is going to work, because if we look at the quality strength down here, it still is picking up a background signal here. So what we do at this particular point in time is, we simply come along, press OK, and now we can do a scan. So to see the blue button here, we have to press it. So this is on a Zorro HD box, we're actually doing this. So just press here, default mode, so leave it on default, encrypted, and we're only really interested in the television channels, so DTV, and now we'll just press OK again. And just quickly scan just on that one transponder. So we'll see it's pulled in BBC One, BBC Two, and then this other, background BBC channel, I presume, 69465. So what we actually do then is we'll come along and we'll see that these channels have actually been added in at the end of the list. Okay, so if we go here now, this will actually work, BBC One HD. And at that point then, it's just a matter of actually coming along and deleting the unwanted channels and adding in the new ones. So if I go here then, we'll say, we can simply go into, we'll say BBC One, we'll simply go to menu here, edit program, OK, password. It's normally 4 zeros, in this case it's 6 zeros. And we'll just choose, we'll say, to hit the blue button here to select delete, OK. Come back up here, delete, blue button, OK. Now on certain boxes again, if it saw, we'll say the channels looking the same or things like this, and the settings were almost identical, it would actually slot the channel automatically back in for you, but that's not always the case. So this is what, once again, it's probably good to demonstrate in this. Just press the move button here, and we'll just move this down to the position that we want, press OK, come back up, grab this particular one here, hit the red button again, move it down, and we'll slot it in just afterwards, and that's it, and then exit it. So now we have all the HD channels back, and that's it. So it's a relatively simple process, and hopefully people will find this video useful in tuning their channels back in.